Okay. So this stream's called Programming Procrastination, mainly because I'm just going to be having a little mess about, maybe making some data structures and stuff, or playing about in Python for a bit. So yeah, I need to plan some things out, so I think this will work out quite well. Let's have a look. Yeah. Actually share this stream at all. Apparently, yes. Okay, cool. Awesomeness. Let's see. Do I have any? What's it open now? Let's move that out of the way. Okay. I suppose we could just sort of like maybe make like a linked list sort of thing. So that's kind of what I was planning as a thing. So like I'll need a node class and a doubly linked list class. The node class I think will have like a value. It'll have a previous node pointer or reference and a next node pointer or reference. The linked list class, or the doubly linked list class, will probably have a head, a tail, and a length to start with. So let's say it's got a head, a tail, and a length. These are like just planning ideas of what I want to do, really. So this is like the documentation, if you like, as to what I want to do. Previous, and that'll be value. So based on that, I could just code one up pretty much. It's going to be done in Python. So idea here is I want to make a class and I want it called node. In there I want to do a constructor. I also want several methods that are going to be used when acting on a node. So something like insert after. So if I want to insert another node after this node, or insert before. If I want to insert, oops, is that a T there? Insert before, if I want to insert something before this node, and then maybe a delete method to delete this node. So we've got the idea of what sort of things we want in there. Now the doubly linked list class, let's do that one as well. So we want a class doubly linked list, and that's going to want a constructor. And there's quite a few methods I'd like to implement in this, but I'll take it slowly and just sort of like think, okay, I want the constructor and I want to be able to find out the length, and we can actually define a built-in for that. So we'll just call it get the length. Well, that won't be the name of the function. I'm just abstractly deciding what I want to do. So I also want something to add to the head of a list and add to the tail of a list. So those are going to be methods. Add to head and add to tail. Let's see. 5 minutes in. yeah, it's enough time planning wise to do. That's not a problem. I just want to make sure, I don't really want to go, on my planning, I don't want to go over half-hour planning really, but I'll see how it goes. And then I might continue on and code it up once I've planned and then do a bit more ideas of what I'm doing. So I think we'll have an add to tail. We want to add some functions to return the highest value found in the list, so probably like a get max or a max function of some sort. Those are like your basic sort of utility functions to do stuff. Get the length, add to the head, add to the tail, and get the maximum size, or get the maximum value returned. They'll probably want a delete function, which is another utility or delete method. And this can be another utility one, which will be called by things like removing something from the head and removing from the tail, which incidentally I may as well do next. Remove from head and remove from tail. So there's a few basics. I mean, we'll do that, and then I'd like to have some methods to build. I'll be using those sort of like, so I'll do like move to front and move to end, which will be utilising the removes and the adds and all that to deal with things, I think. So let's say we want move to front and a move to end. Then that should really, I think that'll do for a basic sort of doubly linked list. We've got a node class, and then we'll have a doubly linked list class, and they'll be able to actually be instantiated and build upon and add and remove nodes. We'll be able to add them to the head, add them to the tail, find out the largest number in the list and so on and so forth, and get its length, remove and add and stuff like that, move it about as well. Yeah, so I think that's a fair bit of functionality, and it should constitute a basic sort of doubly linked list. There are a few other data structures I'd like to talk about as well, but I don't know whether I'll get time in this short stream, but we'll see what we can do. I might code up the pseudocode for this now, because I'd like to kind of get a feeling for how and what I want to do with this in general. So first I'll start working on the node class. We want a constructor. That's going to be a fairly standardized dunder init sort of thing. I could probably just code that out, but I'm going to define dunder init self. I'll probably take in a value. I'll want to take in a previous and next, but I'll just set them automatically to have them as optional, so they'll be set to none. Prev equals none, and next equals none. Just need to move my graphic tablet out of my way so I'll start working with it. And I'm just right now I'm just going to do a pass on these. I'm not going to fill it in as such. I'm just want to get the structure laid out. So again, def insert after, and I want to take in a value there. So self and value, and that's going to be another pass just to do that. Then we do the same for insert before, def insert before. It's going to take in a self and a value, and I'm just going to pass that, and then the delete. So def delete, and we're just going to take in self, and it's going to be dot delete to deal with this, and I'm just going to pass on that as well. So that's kind of the structure of the node and how I want to kind of have the general feel of the shape of the class. And now, same again with doubly linked list. Let's just do all the defs. So def, and we're going to do a dunder init. And for this one, we just want self and a node, and I want to set the node to none by default. So a jiggery pokery to make that nice afterwards, but for now we'll just pass. And we're going to get the length, and we'll actually use a built-in for this, so def dunder len, not run, len, and I'll take in self. And this one's kind of a built-in that's going to get called anytime anyone runs the len function and then puts this object or an instance of this object within it, and then it will kind of run whatever code is in this. And I'm just going to do a pass on that as well for now. Then we want something to add to the head, so I'll define add to head. For the add to head, it's just going to take in self and a value. And these are going to be kind of wrapping a value inside a new node and just adding it to the correct place and linking up all the head and tail pointers around in the correct way. And we're just going to pass on that for now. Same for the add to tail, so def add to tail, self and value, and just pass. Then we're going to have like a getter for the largest value, I believe, or something like that. Let's do that as a get max. So def get max, and we're going to do the get max just with self, because it's just going to get the max of whatever is within this doubly linked list or the specific object of it. For now, we're just going to pass it then, and then we'll define a delete here. So def delete. This one's actually going to delete a node, so we need self and node. We need to pass in the node what we want to delete. And this will be used as a utility function to deal with remove from head and remove from tail as well. And like I say, these are kind of dependent upon each other in that sense. That's why they're in this particular order, what I've decided I want to do them when planning. Now we're thinking about the idea of remove from head, which will actually utilise the delete, and remove from tail, which will also utilise the delete. Move from head. We'll still pass on that, and then remove from tail. Full apparently, so, and pass on that. Now move to front is actually going to utilise the remove and add functionality from the other stuff that we've add to tail or add to head, or even add to front adding and back adding and removing and stuff. So let's do def move to front. And that's going to take in a self and a node, because it needs a reference to the specific node we want to move. And then we'll do the move to end in the same way. Def move to end. Okay, so now we're starting to get a shape to our classes. And these are, remember, classes being a blueprint of what we want to see with each instance of an object. So we'll always have those sort of things going on as we move forward. That being said, let's see how we're doing on time. We are about just under quarter an hour in. I'm probably going to have a little break. I've kind of got those, and we'll actually push this. So I'll go terminal, new terminal. And let's literally push this. So okay, first pass node and DLL structure, and push it to the repo. And I guess that'll do for this instance of the live stream. I'll make another set of this one to get back. I don't really want to just leave it live streaming, otherwise you're just going to actually see that just sitting there doing nothing, and I don't really want to do that. It seems pointless. So I'll see you again in a very short period, hopefully. And anyone who's watching it as a video, I'll see you again in the next video.